You know, fear of judgment is one of the quietest, but most powerful forces. It doesn't shout. It doesn't stop you directly. It works differently. It simply makes your life a little smaller, a bit here, a bit there, and over time, you don't even notice how you start living more carefully. You speak less. You show yourself less. You take fewer risks. And the most dangerous part is that it feels normal. You tell yourself, I just don't want extra attention. I don't want problems. That's just who I am. But if you stop and look honestly, how much in your life have you not done, not because you didn't want to, but because you were afraid of judgment? It can be anything. You want to speak, but stay silent. You want to start something, but postpone it. You want to show yourself, but hide. And the reason is the same. Fear of being judged. And not just judged, but judged negatively. And here's something important. You're not really afraid of judgment. You're afraid that you won't be able to handle it. The reaction, the feeling, what people will think. That's the key. Because judgment itself is just an opinion. But inside, it feels like a threat, like something dangerous. So, where does this come from? It didn't start now. It was formed earlier, when you were evaluated, compared, when you were shown that being different was not okay, and your mind learned judgment equals danger. And from that moment, you don't avoid judgment. You avoid the feeling that comes with it. So you choose not to show yourself, not to risk, not to stand out, to avoid that discomfort. And over time, your life becomes smaller than it could be. So what do? Let's make it real. First, stop trying to avoid judgment. It's impossible. People will judge you, no matter what you do. This is not a problem. It's a fact. Second, separate other people's opinions from reality. What someone thinks about you is not you. It's their perception, their filters, their experience. It doesn't define you. Third, shift your focus from what will they think to what matters to me. This is a key shift, because as long as you live through others' opinions, you're not living your life. Fourth, start expressing yourself in small steps, not all at once. Gradually, say something, do something, show yourself, and notice that you can handle it. Even if there's a reaction, even if it feels uncomfortable, you're still okay. And this builds inner stability. Fifth, allow yourself not to be liked by everyone. This is important, because as long as you try to be liked, you will limit yourself. But the truth is, you're not supposed to be liked by everyone, and that's okay. And now the most important part, when you stop being afraid of judgment, not because it disappears, but because you stop depending on it, freedom appears. You begin to act, not from fear, but from yourself. Energy comes back, lightness appears, a sense of life returns, because you're no longer holding yourself back. And if right now you feel a bit calmer inside, a bit more free, that means you're already starting to shift, and that's what matters most, because this is where your freedom begins. If this resonates with you, make sure to subscribe, because this is where you start understanding yourself deeper, and hit like, so this video can reach people who are still afraid of judgment, because there is another way. And remember, anything is possible.